Sometimes there are nights where I think I have a tough gig. Mostly I think this is a really sweet gig, but comedy can be tough. I think you have a very difficult job because you are dealing with sports fans. And as you know, they are insane and they're constantly on the lookout for someone like you, play-by-play.
Right.
You know, to say
they
anything.
see me coming.
They see you coming and they're waiting and they can dissect anything you say and they can take exception to it, and people get really mad at you.
No, they do. And I get it, because when the games count the most, I show up. But all year long, especially in baseball, Cub fans are listening to the Cub announcers, Indian fans are listening to the Indians announcers, and the Giants and the Dodgers, and they want to hear their guys. And then I show up, and I'm not rooting for either side.
Right, you are the national announcer.
Each side thinks I'm somehow rooting against their team.
Yes.
So it sucks.
Yes, it sucks. To the degree, some people, there was a shot, I think you even put this up yourself, but I love the shot
I retweeted this.
You retweeted this. Look at this shot right here from broadcast.
Joe Buck is the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. Now,
that's at Wrigley. That's outside
that's
Wrigley.
That's at Wrigley.
Field.
Joe Buck is the Zodiac Killer.
Yes. I have an alibi.
Yeah, no, I looked into it. It's shaky.
I was an 8-year-old serial killer in the late 70s.
Well, coming on this show and showing that sign is exactly what the Zodiac would do.
Fair enough.
You know what's interesting is that you can't make anybody happy.
No.
Now, that's a Cubs fan you said that was angry with you, but
Correct.
There were Cleveland fans in this last series who believed they were listening and they thought Joe Buck is rooting for the Cubs. Now, in fairness, there were a lot of people that were rooting for the Cubs because it was a slightly greater long shot, I think. Right. You know, and so
it hadn't happened for 108 years.
Right.
And no, I think if we're guilty of rooting for anything, it's long series and good games in the series. I really honestly don't care who wins in the end, but when you get a series like we got, and it's Cleveland that hasn't won in forever, and the Cubs who haven't won since before the Titanic went down.
Right.
There's a lot on the line, and so there's a lot of emotion involved from the fans.
An Indians fan posted on the internet these pictures of you in compromising pictures with Kyle Schwarber of the Cubs,
yeah.
And look at this. They showed.
There we are.
There you are. The Titanic
I will
shot.
never forget that.
Keep moving through
you
these.
Think that's the Titanic? We were actually in the Barbados.
I like this one.
We're watching The Notebook.
Watching The Notebook. Very nice. And then I think there's one.
Planning
there
our
you
wedding.
Go. Now, so there's a
Look
real.
at the bride. I mean, I'd make a hot bride. I'm not going to lie to you.
That wasn't Photoshopped.
No, that was actually Kyle Schwarber and me.
Now, you actually sounded surprised. We were all watching. Andy's a huge Cubs fan. I'm just a baseball fan, Red Sox fan. But when the Cubs won, everybody was blown away. But it was kind of fun to hear in a professional's voice, in your voice, you genuinely seemed stunned.
I remember a call. My dad broadcast for the Cardinals for 50 years, and I remember always being in love with the call he had of a no-hitter that Bob Gibson threw, because in the last pitch, in the last out, I can hear his voice crack with emotion. And he was an easy cry, and I think he thought, this is a beautiful thing to see a no-hitter. And when they won, I'm screaming and yelling that the Cubs have finally won the World Series. It finally won it all. My voice kind of cracked, and I was like, my God, they won.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
It's over.
I love
That's not what you said. No, I didn't say it. That's what I thought.
That is not what you said. I love that you didn't say that on Fox. When you get here to Turner, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm in this seedy neighborhood. I can talk however I want.
Jeff Ross is already on the phone. Can he say that?
He's just trying to get a restaurant reservation.
Oh, okay. You only have a little while longer to wait, Jeff.
Yeah,
we're almost done up here.
He's on
Don't worry
it.
about this.
He's like, he likes to call the Olive Garden early. Now,
no limit on salad, no limit on bread.
I can't believe I can't get in.